Anonymous Watch Guy here with a full review video. Quick wrist check. Worn the Zodiac Super Seawolf Watermelon today. Love that watch, one of my favorites. Today I've got a full review of a watch that I unboxed on the channel about a month ago. Picked this one up pre-owned. Was hoping to maybe find a little bit more about the watch before I did the full review, as far as like maybe perhaps when the watch was produced. I know Stowa still makes these Seatime Prodivers. You can still buy them on their website. Just not this particular colorway. And I do know this watch, when I picked it up, it had an extensive service done on it recently. It's almost a brand new watch. The only thing I think that's still from the previous watch is the dial, the hands, and the movement. Brand new crystal. The case is new. New strap. The movement was ultrasonically cleaned, and the watch was completely overhauled. It's almost a brand new watch. But I do know it's definitely a few years old, and more than likely that means the movement in here is an ETA movement. But let's review the specs of the watch again. It is a 42 millimeter watch, just over 50 millimeters lug tip to lug tip on these. It is a 22 millimeter lug opening. These are chunky. It is about 15.5 millimeters thick. You do have a screw down crown there at the 3 o'clock position that is signed with the Stowa logo that gives you 1,000 meters water resistance. This is a big boy, serious diver. 1,000 meter water resistance, that's 3,300 feet. You do have looks like a domed sapphire crystal there. It does have anti-reflective treatment on it as well. Really nice looking crystal there. Gives you a nice shot of that kind of light blue dial. Really like the colors on this one. This is a titanium watch. This is a titanium case. Do have a helium escape valve there on the opposite side. Love the colors on this one. Like that blue colorway. Like the strong orange handset there, or at least the minute hand, the sword style minute hand in orange. Your second hand in orange as well. This does have a C3 lume on it. The lume on this is pretty solid as well. Really good bezel action on this as well. Nice grip. Really good grip on the bezel. 120 click unidirectional bezel. No back play. Almost feels like kind of a ball bearing action on the bezel. Really good clicks right into place, no movement. Really good bezel action on this one. I like the bezel a lot on this one. Again, all titanium case. Your bracelet is fixed with screws. You've got just kind of a standard fold over clasp for the deployment on the rubber strap. It is just a pressed clasp. At this price point, this watch, again, I believe they still have this same clasp on the watches that they still sell. Pushing 2,000 US dollars, they're about 1,800 euro. It'd be nice to have a little bit better deployment on it. And then your screw down case back with some specs around it, made in Germany. Prodiver, titanium, sapphire crystal. And then Stowa since 1927. Again, more than likely an ETA movement in this watch since it is a few years old. The ETA 2824 more than likely is what this watch is running. The new versions that you can still buy, they're going to have a Sellita SW200-1 in them. Again, Stowa still does produce these watches. Stowa has made dive watches since the 1960s. They are more known for probably their Fliegers. I own a Flieger Classic. I really like that watch as well. But this is a really attractive watch in my opinion. It's a very chunky watch, but again, being that it's titanium, it's not too heavy. The titanium definitely reduces the weight on it. Again, just love the colors on the dial. You've got your Stowa logo printed on there below the 12 o'clock position, and Seatime and Prodiver. Automatic and your depth rating there. Above the 6, your date window there. You got a circular date window down there at the 6 o'clock position, and then made in Germany down there in the bottom as well. Very well made watch. Definitely a fan of German made watches. German companies like Stowa, Sin, Damasco, Tudema, many Junghans. Big fan of all those watch manufacturers. They just do a really great job on their watches. This is definitely, a serious tool watch and a serious dive watch. Definitely have enjoyed this watch, and I think it's going to be in the collection for quite some time. Really nice, thick rubber strap on it. Some kind of knurling on the back. Comfortable wear. Again, wish it had a little bit better deployant clasp, but wears comfortably, looks nice on wrist, good wrist presence, and really solid lume on it as well. Definitely a fan of the watch. Let's check out the lume on it now. All right, here we got a good shot of the lume on the watch. You do have a lumed pip up there at the 12 o'clock position. You can see the sword-style handset glowing really well there. You've also got the lollipop on the end of the seconds hand there, also loomed very nicely. Nice C3 green glow on that Super Luminova there, but looks really good. It is a dive watch. You would expect it to have solid lume, and this one definitely comes through in the lume department. Here is a look at the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist, where it's very nicely, very comfortable rubber strap. You can see it definitely does not overhang. On my wrist, it is right at 50 millimeters lug tip to lug tip. See your down the barrel shot there. Definitely space on my wrist. Again, I do have a larger wrist, but I think if you had a little bit smaller wrist, this watch would still wear well for you. If you're looking for a serious tool-style diver watch, especially a German-made one, maybe an alternative to the Zen U1 or the Damasco D-Sub series. Mula Glashütte makes some nice dive watches. Definitely consider the Stowa Seatime Prodiver if you're looking for a titanium dive watch as well. But if you're looking for a German tool-style diver, definitely keep this one on your list. I will leave a link to the Stowa website in the description of the video. Don't have this exact colorway anymore, but this watch is still a watch that they do sell. If you like the video, give me a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. The Stowa Seatime Prodiver. Thanks for watching.